sad about Jason,
Yeah.
of course. I guess talking about football, which is hard this weekend, but with Byron, you obviously have a decision to make. If he stays on PUP, he's out the first 4 weeks. Would you anticipate him coming off in the next 48 hours?
You know, those are there's like so many things going on, especially when you have a competitive roster like we do. So that kind of had it pinpointed, but it's a fluid situation that has to do with him and a lot of other players. But looking forward to have some clarity here in the near future. But nothing's taken me off where I've been for a while.
Do you think the decisions has been difficult to make, just from yesterday's performance, or with the final 53?
No, I got distracted. You got the LIV shirt on? Or are you trying to tell me something?
Oh no.
All right. So what was the question again?
I was more so getting down to the final 53.
Mm-hmm.
Based on yesterday's performance, do you find it difficult running down that roster?
Absolutely. No, that's it's one of the things that being in the business for a while, that you hope to have these tough decisions. Yesterday did make it tougher. There were some guys that on both sides of the ball that maybe hadn't got as many opportunities. And for the most part, there was guys that most players put their best foot forward yesterday. So that is a good problem to have, but it is a problem that only benefits the Miami Dolphins. So we're leaving no stone unturned and making sure that we make the best decisions. Chris and I have talked at length. I mean, we've been talking for the last couple weeks, and specifically on these roster decisions. We talked at length yesterday before the game to make sure we were on the same page and everyone got ample opportunity. Then talked again today. Met today at a good amount of time. We'll meet tomorrow morning, and as long as it takes. But yeah, it is the more good players you have, the more difficult that is. But that's something that we embrace because we know we're on the right track.
Max, I talked to Preston Williams and Sony Michelle last night about what they think about their roster prospects, and they said, "I don't know. I did the best I could." Could you talk about the difficulty at those two positions, wide receiver and running back? It seems like you've got some good options and some.
No, in particular, those two groups have not only, from the onset we knew that those were going to be two. We knew we were going to have more NFL players than roster spots available. That was we knew from the onset. But what was also really, really enjoyable as a coach to observe is you always hope that you have the right type of people in a competitive room that channel that competitive onslaught in the right direction. And so what that affords you is players getting better as a result of the competition. I think in both groups you've seen that. You've seen multiple playmakers really from top to bottom in both groups. That's what's super rare is you have, at your final 53 decision time, every player in the position group has been on the field making plays. So that does not make it easy. They've known that the whole time, which is why what I'm proud about and what I'm happy about is each and every player in those two groups I see as an NFL player. So the one thing that you can rest easy at night is I feel like they'll all have opportunities regardless which ones make it in the National Football League because they've taken their game to another level and put it on tape.
Where do you stand as you stand at this podium on Skylar Thompson and him making a case for a third quarterback?
He's made it tough, hasn't he? No, I think those type of players that are able to, as rookies, come in and contribute are always really exciting, and it's more rare that you see a quarterback doing that, and really being. It's more than just his quarterback rating and his completion percentage. He has owned the responsibility of the quarterback in terms of all the other players on the field with him. He's made them better by helping them get aligned, and we've had very few procedural issues, and so I think. In preseason football, there are a lot of quarterbacks that get opportunities. It's rare that, a guy can be a 7th-round draft pick and people outside of the organization actually know his name. I think he's opened eyes with the way he's played, and it's made that situation very tricky in terms of whether or not you can try to have him on practice squad or keep him on the 53. But, much like a lot of players, I think he, especially one of the things I was most happy with in this past game is pretty much all the participants can hold their head high and stand on what they've done in the preseason with the closing of it being last night, and he should hold his head high and hopefully rest easy, because he has done quite literally everything he can to be a part of this team.
I know you said last night it didn't take long to see the impact that Jason Jenkins made on everybody after a night to kind of reflect. Is there anything that stands out from speaking to people, just about him today that you can speak on?
I think I was just, especially in moments like that, it's hard to speak from anywhere, at least for me, from anything but the heart. And it was just another testament of who he was as a person. That, there's numerous people that unexpectedly were thanking me for what I was just speaking to what I thought was right, and just kind of being 100% transparent, as I try my best to do. But I think it's even more telling how many people have reached out and said how much they appreciate that. And which doesn't surprise me, but it just kind of doubles down. We should all be that fortunate to leave a legacy like that. And there's it definitely hasn't gone away. I don't think it will for a long, long time. And that's probably the biggest takeaway I could have, is that I could only hope to leave a legacy like he did with people that I work with.
Mike, now that preseason games are over, can you share with us some goals that you had for preseason that you guys accomplished?
I think we got better every game. I think on both sides of the ball, there's a trick in the National Football League that you kind of have to excel at to do well and have your dreams realized, and that's to focus on the controllables and to not whether you do something well or you do something poor, to just focus on the process and getting better without ignoring the noise and not getting caught up in things that don't really matter. What matters is getting better. And I think guys really focused on that. And that's the only way, whether it was the first quarter or the fourth quarter last night, I thought guys, we were making plays on both sides of the ball because of technique, not because of scheme. And that there's no shortcut to that. So that harnessed the goal that I had from the beginning, which was that we focus on what actually matters, and that's getting better at what we do, learning from everything, and finding, there was a ton of examples in this game and over the whole preseason of people turning what in the short term seems bad or seems as adversity, using that to be the sail that helps them get better. And I thought that was on display last night.
Mike, there are reports, and I don't know if you can confirm
Who
this.
reported it? You?
A lot of people did. I retweeted it because Joe did.
Oh, well, I mean, if Joe jumped off a cliff. So what's this report? I don't even know what we're talking about yet. I jumped the gun. I got so excited.
Trey Flowers has agreed to join the Dolphins. That's the report. So I don't know if you can confirm that, but we also understand that he at least tried out. So what did you see from the tryout at least?
Well, that is a process that I can confirm that I will confirm when it's confirmable, which it's not right now. Can't. Oh, that's a one-time deal, and there's excessive use of confirm. But like what I saw was a guy that's in shape, that's ready to play. He's a consummate professional with a lot of versatility to his game and length, and plays. His style of football is conducive to the style we play. His versatility is attractive, so hopefully we'll get something done here in the near future. But it's definitely in the works.
I had a question. After Tuesday, it'll be 12 days until the season starts against New England. I wanted to know, during your downtime, do you plan on heading to any local college games or high school games between that break?
I feel like balance is important. It's one thing I've learned in my career. I started off, I saw maybe early to mid on in my career that sometimes you're your best version of yourself if you properly balance yourself. So, when there is some downtime, which will be 1 or 2 days in the next couple weeks, I will not be going to football games. I will be dadding, and maybe bearing the fruits of all these training camp swim lessons that my daughter Ayla's had, because I am a swim survivor, not like a swim enthusiast. I can make it to the side of the pool, but there's no stroke that I've really perfected. So it will be awesome to see my daughter comfortable in the pool, and I'll be jumping on that.
You got to see Greg Little at left tackle after you missed practice for 3 weeks. So what do you think?
I thought he did. I thought he did a great job. I was proud of him. He you wouldn't have thought that he was progressing through an injury. I thought that you can't hide from the tape, and what I saw was a guy that, while hasn't been getting physical reps, he's been getting mental reps and watching his teammates perform the desired tasks and learning from them, because he came back and played at a level that was higher than when he left, which is something that I never lose sight of. That is a big deal to me, and that I was happy for him he was able to do.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
Thank you.